Hi, everybody. My name is Dr. Nicole Detling, and I am here today to talk to you about ice hockey mental toughness. A little bit about me. I am a certified mental performance consultant. So basically, I'm a mental performance coach. I teach people how to be more mentally tough. I've been working with athletes and performers since 1998 and have worked with athletes in every major pro sport, including the NHL. I've worked with a number of Olympic athletes, and over the years, I've been to 2 different Olympic Games. And I've had 27 Olympic medalists that I've worked with, as well as 12 world champions. Pretty exciting stuff. I was with the University of Utah Athletic Department for 6 years. And I've also worked with Ballet West. I've worked with musicians. I've worked with a lot of corporations and businesses on how to build a high performance culture, and also worked a lot with leadership programs and developing high level leaders. I own a company called Headstrong Consulting. I am the author of a book. You can see the picture there. It's called Don't Leave Your Mind Behind. And I'm also one of the co-hosts of the podcast Becoming Headstrong that you can find on any of the podcast platforms. So if you like what you hear today, you might want to get online to Headstrong Consulting, check out Becoming Headstrong. You can get a lot more information there on different tips and tricks that you can use to become more mentally tough. Just to get started, we're in a crazy time right now, right? Things are changing every single day, and we really don't know what to expect in the future. One of the big principles that holds true and has been true and proven through the science over the years is when you can't physically practice, mentally practicing is the next best thing. This is the perfect time to build your mental toughness. And mental toughness is built through doing mental reps. So think about your physical toughness, right? Physical strength. When you want to get physically stronger, you do physical reps. If you want to improve your skills, you do reps. If you want to improve your mental toughness, you do mental reps. And what I'm going to teach you today are a couple of strategies of exactly how and when to do mental reps to improve your mental toughness. People who've heard me talk a lot and athletes that I've worked with will recognize this phrase. I often tell people, embrace the suck, but don't get stuck in the suck. So let's look at that for just a minute. Embrace the suck comes from the military. And the idea behind that is that we're in a situation right now that kind of sucks, right? We don't really know what's happening. We don't know what to expect. You guys have lost ice time. You can't go train with your coaches. You can't train with your teammates. You can't even get on ice anywhere, right? So it sucks. You don't have to try to pretend you love it. You don't have to push it down and pretend it's not there. Embrace the suck basically means acknowledge that you're in a situation you don't like. That's okay. There's a lot of value to saying, I don't like this situation. But the key is you don't get stuck in that situation. Do something about it. Now, you can't change the virus. You can't change the fact that you might be safe at home rather than stuck at home, right? You can't change the fact that you can't have ice time right now. But what can you do? Well, it starts with your mental reps. It starts with the fact that you're watching this video. You're doing something about it. You can choose to stay home and get stuck in the suck and just watch Netflix all the time, right? Eat Cheetos on the couch. Or you can choose to say, well, I don't like this situation, but I'm going to do something about it and I'm going to make the most of it. So let's start with stress, anxiety, and fear. Now, that's an inherent part of the human condition. You probably feel some right now or have felt some around this coronavirus. But if you think back to your last season, you probably felt some stress or some pre-performance anxiety or some fear about your season as well. Maybe you were playing a really big opponent. Maybe you were fearful that if you made a mistake, the coach would bench you and promote or demote you down a shift or two, or maybe you wouldn't even get any playing time. Maybe you were stressed trying to get a college scholarship or going pro. It's an inherent part of the human condition, and I want to teach you strategies that you can use today while you're at home, but also by doing your mental reps with these strategies, they will help improve your stress, anxiety, and fear when you do get back to the ice. Really important components. First one is to look for the opportunities. Now, I don't care who you are, what sport you play, how good you are. If you look for reasons to fail, you will find them, and they'll be legitimate. But on the other hand, I don't care who you are, what sport you play, how good you are. If you look for reasons to succeed, you'll find those too. So what are your opportunities right now? Embrace the suck, but don't get stuck in the suck. All right, well, you don't get ice time right now. You can't go train with your teammates and coaches right now. What can you do? Well, you can do your mental reps. You can get really good at dry land training. You can condition. You can work on stick handling. There are lots of opportunities in front of you that maybe wouldn't be there had the world still been the way we thought it was going to be at this point in time. Maybe you wish it were back the way it was, but it's not. Embrace the suck. Don't get stuck in the suck. Look for the opportunities in front of you. And when you look for those opportunities, you will find them. And when you will find them, embrace those opportunities and do something about it. If you've ever worked with a mental performance coach, you've heard of breathing techniques. And I'm going to teach you the two most popular ones today. The reason why they're the most popular ones is because they work. So for some of you, it might be a review. And those of you who are new to this, it'll be some great information for you to carry forward with you. First one is called deep breathing. Now, essentially, when you get really nervous, stressed, anxious, fearful, we start to take very shallow chest breaths, and we start to breathe from our chest. We increase our respiratory rate, so we take more breaths within a minute than we normally would, even though we might just be sitting still, right? So to test where you are right now, I want you to put one hand on your chest and one hand on your diaphragm. I know you can't see my diaphragm, but basically I have one hand on my stomach, okay? And just breathe normally for a moment. And just notice which hand is rising. Is it your hand on your chest or is it your hand on your stomach? Now, when we get nervous, we take very shallow chest breaths. When we are more relaxed and we are more in control, we take deeper diaphragmatic breaths. So whatever you're doing right now, I want you to focus on just making the hand on your stomach rise, breathing from your diaphragm. Get really good, really aware of breathing from your diaphragm. And then as you're sitting there and you're more aware, take deeper and longer breaths from that diaphragm. By doing so, you're getting more oxygen into your system. More oxygen into your physiological system means your muscles are more relaxed, your body functions more effectively and efficiently, and your brain is in a better space as well. When your body relaxes, your brain tends to relax. And think about this, an anxious mind cannot exist in a relaxed body. One of the things that deep breathing does is help your body just calm down, slow down, and relax. And when you do so, it seems like you can manage your stress and anxiety and fear much, much better. You have more control over that. Now, doing that deep breathing while you're just sitting at home, that's great, right? But what does it mean when you get back to the ice? A deep breath when you get back to the ice is any breath that's deeper than the one you're currently taking. So maybe you just came off a shift. You had 30, 45 seconds where you were just going all out and you're pretty winded. It's not very realistic to put one hand on your chest and one on your stomach and make your stomach raise and all that kind of stuff, right? That doesn't really make a lot of sense. But think about if you get really good at doing this at home, before you get back to the ice, when you do get back to the ice, a deeper breath means any breath that's deeper than the one you're currently taking, which just means you're conscious of that fact. You take a bigger one from your diaphragm. Maybe it's still pretty fast because you're breathing pretty hard from that exertion. But what it's going to do just by that awareness and working on taking a bit of a deeper breath is you will recover faster. Faster recovery between shifts. Wow. Wouldn't that be amazing? Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that will help you. It'll help you maximize your conditioning. Those of you who want more consistent or more specific patterns of breathing might like a concept called square breathing. So basically what that is you think about drawing a square in your mind, okay? And you're going to draw that square with your breath, right? So in other words, you breathe in for a count of 4, you hold for a count of 4, you exhale for a count of 4, hold for 4. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. And you do that for 4 rounds, okay? Now, how quickly or how slowly you count to 4 is irrelevant. The number doesn't even have to be 4. It could be 6, 8, 10, whatever you want it to be. You just want it to be the same on all sides. And the idea behind that is getting control of your breathing, getting control of your habits and your patterns, making sure that you're not only getting enough oxygen in, but you're taking enough time for that carbon dioxide to uptake within your system to increase the efficiency of your system, right? So you can practice that now a little bit as well. Now, when you go back to the ice, 4, 4, 4, 4 is probably way too much, right? High exertion. Maybe it's 2, 2, 2, 2. right? Whatever it might be, find what works for you and use it. Do your mental reps now so that they help you with the stress, anxiety, and fear you might be experiencing now in this moment. But the more you do them now, the better they're going to work for you when you do get back to the ice. So those are more in the moment techniques and concepts, things that you can use to just kind of manage yourself in those moments. However, there's some great relaxation techniques that are deeper that you can go to my website at headstrongconsulting.com and download. One is progressive muscle relaxation and the other is autogenic training. Progressive muscle relaxation is an active technique that really teaches you to become aware of tension in your body and how to release that tension. You learn it lying down, and I often tell people to do so at night when they go to bed because they're supposed to be relaxed anyway. And the worst case scenario is it'll help you sleep better. That's not such a bad deal for us right now. Autogenic training is also on there where you can download that as well. Autogenic training is more of a passive relaxation process where you're working on getting your muscles to feel warm and heavy, which are indicators of relaxation. And again, you're going to do that one when you lay down in bed at night as well. And again, worst case scenario, it helps you sleep a little bit better. However, if you do those deeper relaxation techniques now, they help you with stress, anxiety, and fear in this moment. But what it will really do for you when you get back to the ice is help increase your awareness of your body, the tension in your body, and then what to do about it. We all know that the best players are intense, but they're not tense. Intense in their mind, relaxed in their body, fluid, efficient. That's what we want out of hockey players. After all, it's the speed of the transition that counts. When you lose that puck, how quickly do you transition? That's what counts. How quickly do you transition from offense to defense, from defense to offense? And muscle fluidity is extremely important for that, which means if you're carrying too much tension from stress, anxiety, or fear, your speed is slower. Your transition time is slower, and that's going to impact your performance negatively. So doing those deeper relaxation techniques will help you become more aware and let go of that tension so that the speed of the transition is faster. Another technique for stress, anxiety, and fear is called control the controllables. Basically what this means, guys, is to focus on those things that you have control over. So what are some things that might be on your mind right now? Well, maybe your season got canceled. Maybe you're curious about if and when your season is even going to start. You can think about that, but is that inside or outside of your control? It's outside. So in this example here, it gets written outside of the circle. Is it a concern? Sure. Can you do something about it? No. What else might be outside of your control? The coronavirus, ice time, your coach, your teammates, the news. You can't control any of those things, yet they can all cause you stress, anxiety, and fear, right? Let's look at what you can control. Your mental training, doing your mental reps, the things we're talking about today. Stress management through some of those breathing and relaxation techniques. You can control your physical training. Tom Anderson is going to provide a great video for you in this series to talk about how to physically train when you don't have ice time. Sleep, great thing to control right now. It has a huge impact on your mind and your body. Nutrition is in your control. Beth Wolfgram is also part of this series who will talk to you about how to really optimize your nutrition during this time period. Connecting. So you can't control your coach and your teammates, but you sure can connect with them. Maybe you can't see them in person, but you could do something like this. You can still play games like this, right? And your routine, finding a new normal. When you focus on the things you can control, such as the examples that are in that circle, you're not focusing on the things you can't control. When you're outside of that circle and thinking about those things, you're stuck in the suck, right? And your stress, anxiety, and fear are off the charts. So when you find yourself outside your circle, focus on what's in your circle. What is in your control? And these are a few examples of things that are in your control. And looking at these will just help you feel that you do have better control of your circumstances. You're not stuck in the suck. You can manage your stress, anxiety, and fear going forward. All right, second technique I want to talk to you about is called imagery. You might call it visualization, you might call it mental rehearsal, whatever it is. There is so much research that shows the benefits of doing imagery that it's kind of silly if you're not doing it at this point, right? Basically, the way it works is when your mind imagines that you are performing an act. So let's say you imagine you got all your gear on and you step out onto the ice and you're going around doing your typical warm-up, okay? And you imagine yourself doing that even though you're not physically doing it. What happens is your brain sends messages to your muscles and innervate your muscles in the same timing, in the same sequence as though you were actually doing that warm-up on the ice. What that means is your muscles are contracting. Really small. It's so small and so slight, you can't even feel it. You don't even notice it. But what's happening is a patterning system within your body. So those myelin sheaths that you can see there in that picture are getting stronger and bigger. And you can think of those myelin sheaths as like insulation around a copper wire. The better the insulation around the wire, the stronger and faster the signal goes from point A to point B. The more you build those myelin sheaths through your imagery, the more your skills can improve over the course of time because that signal goes faster and stronger through your innervation system to your muscles. So basically, you're working on muscle memory without even actually doing the skill, right? So how do you do it, right? How do we do imagery effectively? We have so many videos these days. You probably have a ton of videos of yourself playing. Put together a highlight reel. The key is when you're watching yourself in the video is that you don't just watch it, but you put yourself into it as much as possible. You see things, you hear things, you smell things, you taste things. Hockey is all about moods and emotions and exertion and effort and really putting yourself in those scenarios. The more real it is, the better it's going to work, the stronger you're going to build those myelin sheaths, and the better your skill will be when you do come back. You don't have to use videos. You can also just use your imagination. Just close your eyes and go through some scenarios on the ice. Now, doing so, you don't just want to imagine yourself always performing optimally, because the reality is, I don't care who you are and how good you are, you're not going to perform your best every single time you're out there. You also want to imagine yourself dealing successfully with adversity. So again, you lost the puck, speed of the transition that counts, get back, get in position, be ready. Right? So going through different scenarios, different adversities and things that happen during a typical hockey game are really imperative and help you be successful, greater in the long run. The more real you make the image, the stronger the image is and the better it becomes for you. The beauty of imagery is you can slow down, you can rewind, you can stop, you can do whatever you need to do. So if you're struggling with any specific skill, slow it down in your head, right? You can make it as slow as you want to. You can rewind and replay. You can stop and assess it and make sure everything's where it needs to be. Use that to your advantage during this time. Now, all the research points to 10 minutes a day per minimum. If you really want to see the benefits of imagery, 10 minutes per day. You don't have to do 10 minutes sequentially. It can be 2 5-minute segments if you want to, but a minimum of 10 minutes a day, and you'll start to see some performance improvements as a result of that. What's really cool is the mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. So that means that imagining yourself doing hockey, playing all these different plays and putting yourself in all these different positions, when your mind imagines that, it feels like it's doing it for real. And the more it does it for real, the better you get, the better you become. Now, is this a substitute for physical practice? No. When you do get back onto the ice time, spend the time on the ice and physically go through those skills. However, when you can't physically practice, this is the absolute next best thing that you can do. And when you do get back to practice, this will help enhance your practices if you continue to do that, which ultimately enhances your performance. Last way you can do imagery is write a script. I actually have 2 scripts here that I would like to take you through. One is for goalies and one is for forwards and defensemen. So get yourself comfortable, maybe do some breathing, close your eyes, and I'm going to start with the goalie script. So those of you who are not goalies, maybe you can just do some relaxation while I'm taking the goalies through a script. Couple of breaths. Now that I'm feeling relaxed, I let my mind go to hockey. I realize that I am growing and learning a lot this year. I've learned that I need to play all games, 1 puck at a time, 1 shot at a time, regardless of who fires them. I find that I am in the right place mentally for every game, and know that on any day, in any game, I can stop anyone in the league. I don't care this year who I play, what game, what color their uniforms are, or how good the shooters are. I simply play my game, my position. I keep my eye on the puck. I make each stop. I play my angle. I see myself in the zone, looking strong, confident, cat-like, and agile. I've learned to be more mentally tough. I don't let a certain team or shooter control me or my thoughts. I am the man. I believe in me, in my team, and my coaches. I know each shot comes to me free of the past. Each shot comes to me independent of anything in the past. If I can see it, I can stop it. I feel balanced on my skates. My glove and blocker feel quick and sure. My feet are just waiting for quick saves. I am so into the game that I'm not aware of myself. I just quietly feel pumped and I feel good. My only thought is to be where the puck is. Each game I prepare the same way. Each stop I make. I don't get too high or too low. I just know it's my job. It's what I do. I feel focused, strong, bold, but cool like an iceman, like a champion. I feel invincible. No one can beat me because I am in my zone. I know I am good and the zone is mine. I control it. I stay confident and I battle every puck. It's a war zone and the cage is mine to defend. I love this game and I love being a goalie. I play the entire game with confidence and optimism. I am able to handle all pressures and challenges I face with a clear head and high self-confidence. I am awesome. A good player. I expect to win and I expect to play at my highest level. I am in control of me and my performance. As the final buzzer sounds, I feel happy and exhilarated, knowing that I just played one of the best games of my life. All right, now goalies, just keep breathing and relaxing. Forwards and defense, here we go. Now that I'm feeling relaxed, I allow my mind to go to hockey. I see myself preparing for the upcoming game. I'm at the rink, wearing my uniform, warming up for the game. I feel the cold air hitting my face and the sweat dripping down my nose and my forehead. My skates have been perfectly tightened and I feel them tight against my ankles. I see myself lined up on the blue line, listening to the national anthem. At this time, I know that I am mentally and physically ready to go. My body feels relaxed. My muscles feel loose, yet strong and stable. My stomach is calm. My head is clear, and my hands are steady. I feel tons of energy. I'm confident and am ready for the game to begin. At the opening face-off, I take control of myself and my game. My confidence helps me think clearly and stay alert through each and every shift. I am ready for every play and make smart decisions with each play. My hair is wet from sweat and I can smell my sweaty hockey equipment. I see myself skating fast and confident, skating through everyone as though they weren't even there. While skating, I tell myself to explode, and my body responds by keeping my knees bent and staying low to the ice. I am confident knowing that I know the game like the back of my hand. I am a good player. I know that I can be the best one out there on the ice. I've worked hard both physically and mentally. I am prepared to play in the zone. As I handle the puck, it stays on my stick at all times. It feels like a rubber band is holding it to the end of my stick as I move it right to left and left to right across my body, weaving in and out of players. The puck glides smooth across the ice, controlled by me. I protect it by using power turns and twisting my wrists to keep the defense from poke checking. I can taste the salty sweat in my mouth and smell the dry smell of the cold air. This is what I have practiced for. This is why I am here. As I glide down the ice toward the opposing goalie, I am passing the puck back and forth to my teammates. I'm communicating perfectly with my teammates and thinking to myself, tape with every pass. It's almost as if I know what my teammate is going to do before he does it. As the puck is passed back to me, I prepare myself to shoot. I'm looking only at the open areas of the net as I take my shot. I feel the puck on the heel of my stick as I follow through strong with a snap of my wrists. I watch the puck sail into the back of the net in the exact place I aimed for. I feel exhilarated and confident as I once again line up for the face-off. I play the entire game with confidence and optimism. I'm able to handle all pressures and challenges I face with a clear head and high self-confidence. I am awesome, a good player. I expect to win and to play at my highest level. I am in control of me and my performance. As the final buzzer sounds, I feel happy and exhilarated, knowing that I just played one of the best games of my life. All right, another deep breath, and you can open your eyes. Now, those are just two examples of scripts. You can write any script, anything under the sun, make it yours, right? And the more you make it yours, the better it's going to work for you. Thanks for being here with me today, guys. I do want to say this presentation was brought to you by the 38 Foundation. These videos are free for anyone who wants them. Please share. And we would really love it if people could donate. If you have the ability and the desire to donate to 38 Foundation, then that just helps us produce more of these videos to get this information out to people. And then finally, if you're interested in mental toughness training, at our company, Headstrong Consulting, we do individual and team sessions, and we've done virtual sessions for years with anybody, wherever you are in the world. And always, our first session is free for individuals. So get online at headstrongconsulting.com, sign up and meet with one of our consultants, have a first free session, and see what we can do in personalizing this mental toughness stuff for you. Thanks, everybody. Stay safe and healthy out there.